Yo, working, man, working. How is everybody doing today, man? Just been cleaning up some emails and stuff, but I know a ton of DJs. DJs, if you're in here right now, just put who you are, man. I want to give you a shout out. Gonna be cooking edits today. Got a bunch of stuff. Got a bunch of new stuff too, so I'm excited to do that. Today, I'm not going to go into like a tutorial, but today I will definitely be walking through and showing you how I do edits. And you're going to see me do some edits for my MP3 pool that will be probably uploaded later today or tomorrow. Mostly reggae, dancehall, soca today. And today is going to be kind of easy edits because I got a lot of instrumentals, so I'm really, really pumped about that. Wanted to start off with this new track that I don't understand. It's been out for probably about a month, but like no one's really touched it yet. It's Carl Wolf and Cardinal Official called Wolf in the Night, and it's really dope. So I'm gonna like load this product. I've already started kind of piecing. I don't know where if you see my markers already, but I've already kind of started piecing together the instrumental I want to use. So give me 1 sec here. I'm just trying to get this chat a bit better so I can see, so you're not seeing me like looking up all the time. But yeah, so I want to show you guys the song. I think the song is actually really dope. Like, listen to this.
It's KD.
Yeah, man, that is Carl Wolf and Cardinal. Doesn't even sound like that.
I've got something missing. I asked him for the vision, and he showed me an image of you. Her beauty's godly, works out on her body.
I like that, man. I like that. And then I also got the remix too. Listen to this one. Joe, you still here? I don't think this is a Joe record for sure. This is a Your Destiny 84 record for sure on the remix. Listen to this one. Very dancehall inspired, man. We're gonna make some edits today, man. So, any DJs, man, share this link, man. I like that. All right, so first things first, I like to always listen to the song because it really depends, at least for me, where the song comes in. That is like a key factor, where the song comes in. So a lot of the time, at least when I have the instrumental and I'm not actually rebuilding songs, a lot of the time it comes from you have to listen to the instrumental and see use the best part of the instrumental that comes into the song. So a lot of the time I'm just kind of clicking through the song and hearing, which this is okay, but can y'all hear my voice over the music? I just want to make sure that you guys can like hear my commentary and you guys can hear my steps as well. But I like that. See, I don't like it too busy, right? Because as a DJ, you don't want to be mixing over like really busy instrumental. Like coming up right here is a busy instrumental. See that very, very busy, kind of almost distorted bass. Like sometimes you got to do what you got to do, but not always. I think we're gonna use the first part or over here as well. Let's listen over here. Another thing is there's this like serious dancehall part right here, which would be sick to use, but the song itself is too low tempo, too low key. So with me, I don't want to actually use that because then it's going to be like very, very heavy dancehall driven intro, and then it's going to come down to kind of like a song. So you want to make sure that the instrumental you're using matches where the piece is coming in. So now, before I used to listen to the whole thing, but I got good, and now I just listen to kind of 2 bars, and then I can move it over and use my marker. I'm using SoundForge. This kind of works with every software. It actually doesn't matter which software you actually use, but this is the way I do it. I use my markers in SoundForge, and then what I did is I took 2 beats, and I made it 4, so that means 8 bars, and now we're good to go. So now I can grab this, and we can come to the original and then see how we can make this work here.
It's KD.
Shout out everyone tuning in, man. Just making cooking edits, man. Cooking edits right now. This is Carl Wolf, Cardinal Wolf in the Night.
I've got something missing.
See, they already gave us kind of like an intro here, so here's where the song exactly comes in, so we'll mark that. And again, this is a part that a lot of DJs struggle with when making edits, that the song comes in and it's this part. Sometimes DJs miss that, so when it comes in, I'm just gonna show you as an example. I'm just gonna paste it in, but a lot of DJs can't mix the vocals right just as the song comes in. So what happened there, what you just saw, is that my instrumental is at 48,000 and my audio is at 41,000 sample rate. I don't want to go into too much detail about that, but the key thing is when editing is everything's got to be the same. To DJs, those sample rates don't matter because like we use Serato and we're on big sound systems, so that stuff doesn't matter. But the key thing is the most important part. You got to use the same sample rate. So it doesn't actually matter. It could be 44, it could be 40, it could be 192. It actually does not matter. Both audio sources have to be the same sample rate. So what I was talking about is a lot of DJs kind of, oh, I thought I did do that. 44. Okay, sorry. It was not only a sample rate, it's a bit rate issue as well. So we're going to sample down. So this is a 24 bit rate. This came directly from Cardinal. So like, this guy is dealing with heavy, high quality audio. I don't need that much. I'm just going to make it 16, like I said. And even to you guys and to the standard ear, no one actually hears this. How do you get the stems to work with? The stems come from usually the producers. The artists never have the stems nor care about stems unless they're really into like loving the DJ culture, which most of them don't. But the stems usually come from the producer, and again, building relationships with producers, and that's been something I've kind of struggled with, because a producer doesn't want to give it away, and then let's say I make something and I make money off of it, right? They don't want to do that, so they have to really trust you. So do I contact the producer directly? Yeah, so a lot of the time I contacted the producer directly. As a DJ though, it's really hard unless you have something to stand by. Before I was just making edits, like they honestly, I'm talking maybe 5 years ago, they don't give a shit about me. They're like, yeah, who cares? We don't, right? But now I work for my MP3 pool, so now I'm like, hey, I have this record pool with 25, 30,000 DJs. Please send me this. And then sometimes they actually don't even ask me to post the instrumentals, so that is something I have to deal with as well. But I'll show you here. So we're gonna paste this in here, and as you see, the instrumental. One thing with SoundForge, I think it's visually looks different. Like even though this is louder, as you can see visually, physically it's not. That's the thing. So, but the key thing is there are some words here, and this is where the song starts, and this is where the 8-bar ends. So we need to kind of paste this in. But what a lot of DJs do, what I don't understand, is they get lazy and they just delete this. So then it sounds like this. Now that doesn't sound too bad, but like FYI, there's actually some lyrics. So usually what I do is, the best part is with SoundForge is I can actually move over the same time. So when it comes down to the time, this is 1 second, 0.230 seconds. All I do is I move it over. That's all I do, and I delete this audio. Now, sometimes it comes in clean, sometimes it doesn't. So it's always best to check once before you do it again. Beautiful.
I've got something missing.
One more time, listen to it one more time.
A fool told me I've got something missing.
Smooth, man, smooth. Okay. D-Money. What up, man? Okay, so now we need to do the outro. I know Mark ED at Extended Mix always bugging me for outros. I never make it this far. So like with me, before I started working for my MP3 pool, I never did outros because I was like, I'm not playing the song that far. And even if I was going to play the whole song, I don't even think I'm going to play the whole song to where I'm going to be at the 8-bar outro. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. All right, so see how it has like a little kick at the end? This is how I find out where the exact in a sense, the where the intro would start. So I grab the first beat here, and I'm just gonna count one bar. 1, 2, 3, 4, boom. So I grab this one bar, and then I just move this over, and I'm gonna make the 4 bars. 1, 2, 3, 4. So technically, this is where it would kind of kick out, and then this is where the 8-bar intro or the 8-bar outro is gonna start. Timfamous, what's up, bro? Just cooking some edits right now. If I would have known you were showing up, I would have had some Collie Bud stuff going on, but I'm sorry. But we got Carl Wolf and Cardinal Official. I'm making some 8 bars for them. So let's see how this sounds here. There we go. See that? Right on beat, man. Right on beat. And again, I know some DJs like to cut that off. Like some editors will just cut that off. But I mean, like I want to keep the original as intact as possible. Just because, again, I mean, it's not my song. I'm just kind of adding flavor to the song. I don't want to actually take away from the song. Shout out Macho, man. I should have set up some Latin edits. Right today, we're only doing really like Afro, soca, dancehall. I'm just working on some MP3 pool stuff that like I've kind of been slacking on. So I apologize, Carl Wolf and Cardinal. But your edit is coming today, and people will be able to watch it back. So one more time. Here we go. Listen how it comes in.
A fool told me.
Now, sorry, I did something without actually telling you guys what I was doing. So I have this these graphic dynamics, which is like a light compression to the song. And what it does, it allows the song, as you see, is different wavelengths. It brings the volume up without adding too much distortion. How do you feel about adding drums with the original lack of energy? For re-drums, 1000%. But for me, just because I do so many edits, the re-drums, I have to really like the song to really do it, just because I have so much edits on my plate currently. So to spend the extra time, I would have to really like it. So usually what I do is I add about a negative 3 decibel threshold, and then watch how it actually brings up the song really nice. And then again, if for any reason you doubt the way it comes in again, maybe this is louder, we just listen one more time.
A fool told me.
Bottle Bash. Serato Studio is good for making edits from what I've heard. I've actually never used it. I've been on SoundForge and I've been an editor since 2002, and I've literally been using SoundForge. I'm currently using SoundForge 12. I started on SoundForge, I believe, 4, and I've just kind of been working up with it. So I've used this program for so long that it would be, my personal opinion, counterproductive due to how many edits I do. I roughly make about 1,000 to 1,500 edits a month, and those are single songs. That number actually doubles when you consider cleans, when you consider quick hitters and stuff like that. So it's roughly about 1,000. So for me, it doesn't make sense to learn a new piece of software. Although, again, I was one of the beta testers for Serato Studio. Shout out DJ Agile for hooking that up, which was fun. It was fun to do, but with me, SoundForge is the way to go, because this is a true audio editor. It does not do anything else other than audio edit, and that's the best part about it. You can do other editors. I'm sure there's a ton of programs that audio edit, but like I said, SoundForge does nothing else other than audio edit. So it's kind of, I'm using the software exactly for what it does. So we are good to go here. Let's not screw up the name here. Carl Wolf. Oh, that's definitely, let's spell the name wrong. Featuring, oh my god, Cardinal Official. I always forget how to spell Cardinal Official. It's terrible. My apologies, Cardinal. Wolf in the Night. This is always another thing too. Like, I just want to edit, and then I actually have to type everything out. So this is going to be a DJ JMMP intro. It's clean. You can take my word for it. And we're going to save it. I have a template right here, as you see there, of how I'm saving it. So I'm saving it 320. I'm saving it 48,000, 16-bit stereo. And that's it. That's good to go. Is it like Audacity? Machone, yeah, it pretty much is like Audacity. The best part about Audacity is it's free, where this one, unfortunately, you got to pay for. I imagine there is some benefits to using this versus Audacity, just due to like the processing and some of the effects. Just because, again, like this is a $400 piece of software where Audacity's free, so I imagine they do roughly the same things when coming to editing, but like some of the processing, some of the graphic dynamics that you're going to need to use, don't quote me on this, I just don't think a free program would have that. But again, I could be completely wrong, so I'm not exactly sure on that. Okay, so next thing to do is we need to pull the original back, and then give you guys the give you guys the original as well. So this is the way it was sent from the desk. Like I do, I apply a light graphic dynamic, and this is the way I do it. -3, -4 might push it just above 0, which again, to regular people, it doesn't actually matter. But usually the Serato, most people using Serato, has the auto gain, so auto gain will correct that very little. But I like to leave a tiny bit of space for the DJs. That way, like auto gain is turning it up versus like turning it down because you're way too loud. So PC versus Mac. Are you talking about SoundForge or in general? If you're talking about SoundForge only comes on PC. So actually, no, I've lied. SoundForge does come on Mac, but the issue with the Mac is it doesn't have all the same processing features, which kind of made me mad. I don't know why they rebuilt it. Like they literally rebuilt SoundForge from scratch again for the Mac. But again, I just it's not the same. And again, like I'm coming from a place where I've been using the software for so long. It just, to me, doesn't feel the same. So that's my opinion, at least. Okay, and I'm gonna give you guys the instrumental as well. DJs, if you're gonna do this stuff and you're gonna share instrumentals, just make sure you talk to the artist. That's always a key thing, because it's kind of embarrassing if an artist has to tell you to take an instrumental down. And again, the reason they don't like to share instrumentals is the simple fact of like they don't want another artist hopping on the song and then making the song better, and then they can't monetize the song that they paid the studio time for, they paid the writers, they paid all that stuff. So it's always nice, and which is why I have such a good rapport with all the producers, that I always ask, and I always tell them to tell me if they don't want me to post their instrumental, you better let me know, because it's going to get posted if you don't tell me. So here's the remix, which sounds a bit more bouncy. Issue is, though, they didn't send me the instrumental for this one, so we may have to build the instrumental on this one.
And if she doesn't, then I ain't doing right. Scream up, neck knives, let the neighbors know. My caramel skin.
Timpimus, acapellas, studio acapellas are so rare nowadays because, funny enough, because of like software like Serato Studio, that it's really easy to make remixes. And again, an artist doesn't want you to, it's not that they're afraid you're going to make it better, but just think of it from an artist standpoint. An artist has, let's say, paid a certain amount of money to have studio time. They wrote the song, they paid for the instrumental in most senses, and they've done all this stuff. So they've paid a lot of money to get this one song released, and then when an acapella is shared and then a DJ remixes it, they're taking the DJ's, in a sense, money, and you've had no expenses, and now you're releasing it. So it's not so much that they don't want to share it because they're afraid. It's just that they've spent a lot of their own hard-earned money, and then now someone could take that and just do like this, and again, all it needs is one viral video and it takes off. And in most senses, that the artist that had it before never gets credit. And I don't know if you guys watch YouTube videos. There's always these YouTube videos of Tekashi stole this song, Drake stole this song, blah 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 blah. Those artists honestly never get credit, and this is the reason why. Because there's no credit. And literally, just think of it from a really a really small artist standpoint, studio time costs $4,000-$5,000. Producer, a beat. Some beats cost $100. Some beats cost $5,000. Some really big beats cost hundreds of thousands of dollars. But when you think about it in those terms, you could literally take that artist that cost all that money. So like, let's say, it cost $1,000, $2,000. That artist just put that project out. Let's say didn't do so well. You take the acapella, make the beat. Now you're making money and monetizing off of the artist, and that artist just never gets credit. And that is the reason why I think a lot of artists don't like to give out instrumentals, don't like to give out acapellas. Some do, just because of the old vinyl days, but a lot of them don't. And it's a struggle, at least for me, to even do it and pull him from him as well. So it's hard, man. But I mean, a studio acapella is always the best, hands down.
And if she doesn't, then I ain't doing right. Scream up, neck knives.
I'm trying to look right now for like that beat.
I'ma make you howl like a wolf in the night.
I don't know how this song is not on radio. Like, I have not heard this song on radio yet. Like, I don't know what, the beat is nasty. Like, this is a white girl anthem. Do not lie to me, ladies. Oh. All right, I'm gonna grab this because I don't think we're gonna be able to make the instrumental. I'm gonna pull the instrumental one more time, but I just don't think the remix instrumental. When do you? Yeah. CHFI, man. CHFI when I'm driving in the car, which, funny enough, doesn't happen often either. But let's see here. Yo, I might be able to grab this because the bass seems to be the same. See if I can grab this. So here is where you can almost have it busy because the instrumental part that's being used is busy and the song that's coming in also busy. So we can use both. So what I like to do is I like to just use markers because if I listen to this whole thing to find out how many like where the 8-bar is, which would be right here, it would take me forever. So I usually make a 1-bar, 2-bar, make a marker, and then I just grab it this way. So we can grab this here, and then we can figure out where the song is going to come in, which is right here. Which is perfect because it's a drop. So like the difference in an instrumental is not going to make a difference. And again, I closed it, so we need to resample that back down to 41,100, and we need to change the bit rate as well. This doesn't happen often, but it is what it is. Sometimes you have to lower it down. Like I said, as a DJ, this doesn't literally matter to us because in your Serato you cannot tell the difference. So all right, let's see how this sounds here.
I'ma make you howl like a wolf in the night. I'ma make you howl like a wolf in the night.
How hard would it be to give the artist credit on the edit and submit it to a streaming service? Funny enough, man, it becomes really hard because at that point it's kind of the artist's property, and as a big artist, you could go back and almost like if Drake is coming to me and I have this instrumental, I could be like, Drake's got a lot of money. Drake, this thing is gonna cost you $1 million, or you're not getting it. So you could kind of do like it's like negotiating with someone you know has a lot of money. That kind of is the way. And again, I imagine there are people that get credited, but it's again from the artist standpoint, no one gives them money a lot of the time. So a lot of the time it's their hard-earned money. So for someone to take take their workings, and again, like you as a DJ, you're not doing it maliciously. You get the acapella, you're like, yo, this is dope, and you're like, oh, I think this would sound good with this other instrumental, and you make it, and you're like, oh wow, that's actually sounds really good. You're not doing that maliciously, but again, at the same time, you're not going to be like, well, I'm not going to give this guy 500,000, whatever the contract or terms are. You're like, I just took this acapella instrumental and I just put it together. So it's when it comes to crediting, it's hard in my opinion, and it's a sticky situation.
I'ma make you howl like a wolf in the night.
All right, outro.
I'ma make you howl like a wolf in the night. Yeah.
All right, so I'm pretty sure that's the ending there. If it's not, we'll have to count it out, but I'm pretty sure that's the ending. Right?
I'ma make you howl like a wolf in the night. Yeah.
There we go. Nice echo out with Cardi on that. And done, man. And there is the remix. Y'all feeling that song? I think that song is pretty sick, man. Pretty sick. DJs, if you're interested in editing and you like would want to see me do like tutorial, like, you know, remember how I did the Serato help stuff? Like, would you want to see me do like an editing tutorial? My only thing with that is not everyone has SoundForge, and if you have another software watching me edit on SoundForge and you use Pro Tools, doesn't make sense. But make the shit look, brother. Like I said, man, it is years and years of just practice, man. Like I said, I've been editing since 2002, 2003. So again, I treat this like a Microsoft Word. I know all the shortcuts and stuff like that. I think D-Money is sick too, Michonne. As long as you explain the effects. Yeah, I mean, again, the issue, I can more show you technique on editing versus the software itself, but let's pull up something else here. Requests. Okay, so people have been requesting other songs off the private jet rhythm from my MP3 pool. I didn't post the Intense or the Skilly Bang, so let's do that. So I've already made the 8-bar for Stylo G Million, so I'm actually going to just steal. This is the edit I've already made. I'm going to steal the 8-bar intro, but I'm not stealing it because I made it, so it's all good. I'm stealing from myself. The instrumental actually was not provided, so like what you're hearing now is me piecing together a bunch of songs that I listened to where there was no singing, and then made it like this. Millions count every other week. That is my like favorite song to play on New Rhythm Mondays, FYI. Shout out everyone that tuned in to New Rhythm Mondays last night. That was a dope show. Played some new stuff. The new Idonia is just intense.
Chippy, 5 mil, we have a client on the air. Some man who said them a bang a that, them a make a year for sure.
Now, again, not hating on other websites, like, just that, like, some editors will just do this. Right there. This is where the song starts. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with just having the 8-bar intro, and then it comes into the song. Like, watch, it's gonna sound fine.
Chippy.
Right? But with me, and I know the DJs, especially with dancehall DJs, you're not gonna wanna have a hype song before this, and then you're gonna go into the, like, in a sense, the intro of the song, like this part right here. So you have to find where the song actually comes in. And then again, if they want to play it from the top, they'll either play it from the top or they can wheel out to the original, which is what I do in my. So that is where it's gonna come in. So as you see here, I zoom way down. Like, I really zoom down because I want my edits to be tight. Pause. You don't even want to hear him talk in the beginning. Yeah, like, again, it's just for the fact of if you're going to use this as an 8-bar intro, I just find that a lot of websites just trying to turn over edits, so they'll do that. They'll just put that there, which, again, there's nothing wrong with it, but again, if I'm using this, I don't want to have to wait 4 bars for the song to get in, right? If I wanted that part, I would just play the original. So that's my opinion. So now we're gonna find where the artist starts talking, and then we can add that to the instrumental intro. So it's awesome because there's kind of like a sound effect, so I don't even need to add my own sound effect. So what I like to do is when there is talking that I don't want, I like to just I just keep clicking this fade in button, which makes a nice fade in, but as you see, it's gonna come real quick. So like, right? And then now, again, I love the markers. I don't know what software you use. Teach them about zero crossings. I don't know if I want to get into that today, but I'm definitely going to show you how I mix the intros together. So again, we don't need this at all. We're going to delete that. And then again, the key thing is having this and this come together. And what a lot of people struggle with is, again, that is full volume and that is full volume. And if I were just to mix that, two full volumes together, just like the way you would mix records, the volume is going to go up, which you don't want, because then you're going to have an 8-bar intro that is like one volume and then it's going to go up and then come back down. So the key thing, what I like to do is I like to make a gradual fade in and a gradual fade out. And what that does is it makes for the audio to sound like natural, I should say. What other DJs like to do, editors, I keep saying DJs, other editors like to do is they like to turn it down, mix it, then master it back up. And I imagine Scarpion would do the same thing. Again, you work with a much lower audio, do what you got to do. Actually, if I'm not mistaken, Scarpion's the one that told me that you turn everything down, mix at a much lower audio, and then once everything's done, you can actually turn it back up and you have so much headroom to move with. And I'm pretty sure Scarpion taught me that mastering my Idonia dub plates. So appreciate the knowledge, Scarpion. All right, let's see this now here.
All about money, got money for my mind. Dog, you know.
Say that one more time.
All about money, got money for my mind. Dog, you don't see the dollar sign.
One more time. Usually I'm a lot faster. I just want to make sure y'all are with me on every step, you know?
All about money, got money for my mind. Dog, you don't see the dollar sign. 5 mil, we have a client on the year. On the year.
All right, now for outro. So we're going to remove this. All right, grab that stylo intro here. And done with that, I'm pretty sure.
We have a client on the year.
Perfect. Okay, now before we save that, I'm gonna grab the clean version. And here's the best part about cleans and dirties. It's the same, I should say, most of the time is definitely the same thing. So here is the best part of it. I can literally, as long as they're both the same volume, which I'm pretty sure they are, I can just copy this and then find exactly where it comes in and then hit a marker and then copy and paste. Right, so here, that's where it comes in. And I'm pretty sure, so again, you technically have to do the work once, right? Once you do the work once and you do it right, and again, that's why you heard me hear it multiple times. So that way, again, I've done it. Now I don't have to redo everything. I'm just copying and pasting, and then watch. This is the clean version.
All about money, got money for my mind.
Perfect. And then one more on the end. And done. And like I said, DJs, these are probably gonna go up tomorrow on my MP3 pool. So look out for that. You can also go to my MP3 pool right now for the other two, which is the Javelani and the Stylo on the private jet rhythm. But good to go there. So Curtis, I don't know if you saw. I like to use this this graphic dynamic. It's a little small, -3 compression, which just brings everything up. But as you see, visually, it really does bring it way up. So I'm actually going to turn it down, make it less aggressive, and that way we just leave a tiny bit of headroom, as you see here. That way, your Serato can do some processing. You need an intern. I need more editors, to be honest. Like. Because an intern applies that, like, you kind of have to, like, work with them, and I have so many edits on my plate. It's, like, really hardcore, especially since COVID, and my daughter just started going back to daycare, so I'm finally, like, getting all my ducks in a row. And again, like, this rhythm probably came out a while ago, and I haven't finished all the edits off of it, so I'm down to, like, work with something. But it's hard. Are you a primary source? Are you primary source of soca? Yes, I run those sections. So yes, I am definitely the primary source because no one else really runs that section. Shout out my boy DJ Ruckus. He does a couple edits here and there, but for the most part, man, every single edit is me, and it's my other two editors, DJ Kevin and DNA. I don't know if they're here right now, but I don't know how you do so many, man. It's about you gotta love it, man. And literally, I've worked with a lot of people over the years that wanted to be editors, but if you don't love it, man, it's literally sit at a computer and listen to audio all day. And the thing is if you're not an open format DJ, you almost have to have a bigger mind because now you're editing music that you may not even play. And to do that is really hard because you're like, why am I wasting time? I'm never gonna play this song ever. Shout out Alchemix, probably the #1 customer of New Rhythm Mondays. Shout out Alchemix. I know he said he was gonna pull up today. I didn't think he was gonna, but he's here now, man. Anyone in the chat, hit some Italian flags for Alchemix. Make him feel welcome in here. But yeah, man, just doing the private jet rhythms. We just finished the intense. Deep pockets, so those are done. We're gonna pull that back up and give you guys the dirty and clean. And again, with those I don't really have to do much. It's just more saving the originals and making sure that those are good to go. So we're gonna use that light compression again, and that's about it, man, because I don't want to touch too much of the original. Sometimes I will, like sometimes if there's like a too much talking at the start, I'll delete that just because, again, I don't imagine DJs need the talking portion. Even for DJs that pull up songs, I don't think you want the talking portion. So good to go there. And shout out everyone tuning in, man. Maybe I'll do some like late night stuff too. It's always hard. Someone tell Big C. Shout out Big C, man. Appreciate all the DJs tuning in, man. This is what I do every day. Every single day, except Sundays, usually, I do this. So this is a little look into my life as an editor. So. Next song, Skilly Bang. Off the same rhythm, Private Jet. So we're going to use that same instrumental right here. I don't know why they put that high pitch frequency and the shout out D Money, you got it. Fromage Squad in the building. Sundays are for Fromage. Funny story though, every time I play this on New Rhythm Mondays, it has this weird like cell phone sound. Like watch. Like it's in every song, and I literally like I don't know if you see me when I'm playing it, but I'm like turning around because I think my cell phone is ringing, and it's part of the instrumental. So. Alright, so we're going to use just this piece right here. So I'm going to start turning this down. And the reason why I do that is so I can create a blank space here. Hit that and then delete that right there. And then I don't have to worry about taking away audio that I maybe marked wrong. So Jeremy, what up, brother? What up? All good, brother. All good, man. I'm here anyways, brother. The edits got to be made, and you got to download them, so I'm here either way, man. Thank you for pulling up, brother. Appreciate you. All right, paste that there and see what happens here. I hate that high-pitched noise, but what can you do, right? Because like another issue is when a noise starts before the 9th bar and then travels into the 9th bar, you always need that noise before, right? Because then it fades off. So as you hear, see, it's still there, right? So you have like I maybe could remove it, but again, it would still be there when the song drops. So that's kind of useless. So unfortunately. All right.
Pussy have to watch where them sing and say. We have barrel full of matic, we have fridge a key. One chuck load of badness pan the figure chase. You say me soon spend couple mil up at the Bima place.
Alright, so what I'm doing right now is I need to find where the outro is, and I don't know, this rhythm is so weird, like they almost sing offbeat, so I almost gotta find like one beat where I can start it, and then I'll start
Me girl
counting.
inna me car plus a melody. Anything in a way, is it got clear? It done his ear, watch your face when the clip a drain. You see the paper my face when my picture take. In eyes where your lip a make because she got play. Pussy.
All right, so now this is all I do is I'm gonna count like 1 or 2 bars.
Lip a make because she got play. Pussy have to what?
All right, so that is 1 bar. Always down to get into editor. Some rhythms on you don't have every song on the rhythm. Yeah, man. So the reason being with that on my MP3 pool is my MP3 pool is based out of Los Angeles, California, and there's not a lot of reggae, soca. It's not a massive reggae, soca, Afrobeat scene out there. I'm not saying it's not there. It's just not a massive scene. And due to that, they don't want to focus. They don't want it to be a reggae pool. And also, when they post, there's other genres, so they don't want the reggae section to overcloud everyone else's view when they go to the website. So what we've worked out is I'm only going to post the big songs, and most of the songs that, like, I would say 80% of the DJs are going to need. Again, if you're going to play a party in Jamaica, you may need a couple more songs on the rhythm, and most of the time I do post them, just not the 8 bars. But again, for me, they don't want me to waste my time on B/C songs. So that is the reason why, unfortunately. And eventually it may go that way, especially, like, again, 5, 6, 7 years ago, my MP3 pool wasn't really meant for hip-hop. It was more for dance, because that's what was out. So now hip-hop has come at the forefront. Now they're kind of leading for hip-hop. So if reggae, soca, Afrobeat kind of comes to the forefront, kind of like hip-hop is right now or was, that may change. But until then, unfortunately, we gotta just stick to the hits. But I do post a lot. So you never have to worry about not having the hits. So okay, so I think I have found the outro here. We'll just paste this on here.
Right. Me soon spend couple mil up at the be my place.
All right, so he sings it like, I don't know why they sing off beat there, but all good. Okay, is that a good explanation? Yeah, like I thought so. Again, man, it's I'm just happy to be a part of the team, because again, like, when I came on board, they didn't really have a reggae section, and funny enough, a lot of the pools online don't actually have a really good reggae section. And not only that, I find that a lot of pools, the people that are making the edits, the editor is not a reggae, soca, Afrobeat DJ. So these songs come across their desk and they just make the 8 bar, because in most senses editors get paid for individual songs or a package of songs. So with them, it's just money. And if the song could be a bedroom artist from Jamaica, and they don't know the difference of, like, I actually play this song, I actually play this artist, versus I've never heard of this artist before, but I have the pieces, let's make the edit. And that's what I find a lot of websites actually do. So it's always hard. So I'm just happy to be a part of the team, because I get to do my own thing. I don't compete with nobody, and I'm a part of every single record pool online. So I mean, the best part is I see what everyone else posts, and I am way ahead of the curve when it comes to 1, songs, 2, like, no one is posting more reggae, soca, dancehall, Afrobeat edits than me. And if they are, they're not posting it online. So that is one thing. That's one thing I can stand on. So again, we've made the 8 bar, we've made the outro, and now I'm just gonna copy, paste it onto the clean, and good to go there.
See rich life. Me soon spend couple mil up.
So again, the clean is always the easier version, because we just paste what we've already done.
Me soon spend couple mil up at the be my place.
Right, and we're good to go there. Next one here.
Be my place.
And again, as you see, I like to zoom a lot, man. I want to get that real tight. You know what I'm saying? Because like nothing's worse than, again, if a mix show DJ was gonna play, let's say, an acapella on the outro, you would not want that outro to come in 3 seconds too early or too late, because if you're scratching and timing that, your acapella is gonna come in off, right? So right? You want to right on beat, man, right on beat, exactly. So and that's why I do that. But when I zoom in, I really get that accuracy right on beat here. So we turn this up, and then this one's done. This is almost what I need an assistant for. I need an assistant to actually just name everything for me, because this usually takes a long time too. And shout out D Money. D Money gave me this thing called Phrase Express, which I just formatted my computer, so I actually haven't set this one up yet. But what you can do is you can like make codes on your computer. So if you type in like, obviously don't use real words, because when you're typing an email and you start using real words, things will start populating. But like if you want a clean 8-bar intro, you could be like for me, I do C8, and that would automatically populate. As soon as you type C8, it populates exactly what you want to come up, which would be DJJ MMP intro clean. So it's called Phrase Express. I'm not sure if it is Mac based. I know it's for sure PC based, but it is really dope to use. I still need to set mine up, but I really recommend it for those who type a lot. Automate the boring stuff. Exactly, man, exactly. But again, like sometimes there's remixes and there's special things that where the generic one is not going to work, so you almost got to put your personalized touch on it, just because everything is different. So that's something to keep in mind, that it's not the perfect fix, but like for a lot of just the regular stuff, it definitely works, especially if you're going to be like renaming your library as well, man. I think that's really dope. It's called Phrase Express. I'm pretty sure it's free. If it's not free, buy it, because it's really worth it. All right, now we got to grab those same edits back again. We got to do the clean and dirties, which again is always nice and quick. We just put a tiny bit of compression and good to go. And again, I'm never typing twice. I just do like that, so it's the dirty, and then I just remove that, and then I don't have to type twice. Save. Phrase. There you go. So anyone in the chat right now, all the DJs, I imagine anyone that's normally I didn't say normally. Anyone that's not a DJ is probably not going to use the Phrase Express. And Money is saying Mac and PC, so that's kind of cool. It's really dope. It is really dope. And the coolest part is again, I'm stupid for not doing this, but like when for any reason you format the computer, you can actually save your Phrase Expresses. I didn't do that. I'm stupid. That's the only thing I didn't save. So I'm stupid, didn't save all my stuff, so I'm gonna have to redo it, which I'm okay with. Because it was time. But yeah, I'm down to help. I'll DM you. Yeah, sounds good, man. Always can use the help and share some knowledge, man. Honestly. Okay, what else can we do here? I got one more PopCon to do. I just got the instrumental. Shout out Unruly Camp for sending me the instrumental for this. This is again very rare, coming out of Unruly Camp, Unruly Records, with the instrumental, which is insane. So thank you for that.
Genocide, you know. Wrong done.
Them coulda run in the church.
Wrong.
Gilla we got put them on the dirt.
Wrong.
I don't know how I feel about PopCon on hip hop, but what can you do? So I'm just looking for like a less busy part. Like I don't really want to use those keys as you're hearing. Actually, that next part sounds not too bad. So you see, like, I don't know if you guys can hear that, but like this sounds much more, I want to use the term busy, versus this part, which is less busy. Kind of the same thing though. So again, as a DJ, you want a nice clean 8-bar intro, and clean, I don't mean cussing. I just mean a nice clean instrumental 8-bar intro that, again, it's not too busy. If you wanted to toss an acapella over that, you could, and you're not going to have too many clashing keys. So that is looking pretty good. I'm going to mark this right here. I don't know what editor you use, but most editors use M to mark. And again, why do I do that? So I can literally come here and do this. right? If I didn't put that marker, watch, I'll just show you. If I didn't put that marker, when I go to do that, look, it selects everything, right? Which I don't want to do. So that is why I use markers, so I can get dead on accuracy for the 8-bar intro, and then I can copy it that way. But before we move on, I just want to make sure no better pieces of this instrumental here. No, that's looking like the best part there. Okay. All right. So now we need to grab the before.
Wrong.
All right.
Wrong.
All right. So, okay. So this is hip hop. So this is only 4 bars. 1, 2, 3, 2. Okay. Yeah. So that's 4. We're gonna double this up. And that's another reason why, again, use the markers. It's very easy to double things up. And again, because we've zoomed in, it's dead on accurate that I know exactly that I almost don't even need. So I'm going to half this. This is where the next one comes in. I know exactly it's going to come in proper on the next 4. Right? There's no skip or anything like that because we've zoomed in exactly to what it needs to be. All right, so now we need to add this part to here. All right, so that comes in very nicely. What I'm going to do is, this is a technique I use that anyone that's editing definitely take some notes on this. So technically, I've kind of made a fade in on this part, and then I want to make a fade out on this. But what some people do is they just do this. They just come here and they use the automatic fade and do that. But the problem is when you do it and the X, where's my camera? There. When it goes into the X, that middle portion is actually where the sound is actually the lowest. So what I like to do, I don't like to do that. I half it. So I actually fade the second half of the sample, meaning this is the whole size of the sample. I only want to fade the second half of the sample, which again allows this portion of the sample to really come in, which is again where he's really singing. So let's see how that turns out. Again, not this technique won't work every time, but I would say 80% it does. So let's check it out how good I am here. Let's see. All right, so that is the volume difference, as you see, is the issue, but it actually comes in really nice. So what I'm going to do here, I am going to turn this down by 1 decibel here. I'm pretty sure that is going to make everything a lot better here. All right. I don't know if you guys can hear that volume difference. I know like I'm directly plugged into my sound card, so I wonder how it's coming in on the stream, but at least for me, it is a definite volume change. All right. Sorry. So you know what? I actually did the wrong thing. I actually turned it down when I actually should almost turn it up a tiny bit. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn it down, and I'm going to use this thing where I'm going to turn it down. Again, we're turning it down so we can use awesome D-Money. No problem, man. No problem. Thank you for stopping by. Hopefully you get your SoundForge working too. Okay, so we turned it down. Now I can use some graphic dynamics and compression to kind of bring the volume up at the lower parts of the actual instrumental to kind of match this. And again, I don't understand why they're not matching. Like, this is what happens. It comes straight from the producer, and this is what I get. So it is my job to make it work. So here, we're gonna add more dynamic of that. But in senses, we're gonna want to compress it a bit. See, so we can make it a bit more. I want to use I don't know what to call it. I want to call it. We want to dirty up the instrumental a tiny bit to kind of make it a bit more similar to what we're dealing with. So right now, visually, this looks lower, but what I like to do is I like to still paste it in here just to see. Sorry, I should say to hear the difference, and then go from there to make more adjustments. So we're almost getting there. It's not as loud. I can actually turn this up a bit more. We're gonna use some more small compression techniques. I compress very, very low. I don't want to do a lot of compression because that could ruin the quality of the song and even the quality of the 8-bar intro. So this is what I do. Let's see here again. Almost there. I don't know why these guys would have not given the same instrumental volume as the song. I don't understand that, but it's not the first time. It's definitely not going to be the last time. I don't know why it does this, but we're going to make it work so everyone can love this 8-bar intro here. Here we go again. One more time. Last one. All right. What I'm going to do here, just to save us a tiny bit of time, I'm actually going to turn this down. Now, I don't recommend doing this just because, again, it's going to change the dynamic, but I'm hoping that changing the dynamic of the way it comes in will match the audio volume, and then by that time, it will all work itself out. And if you don't understand what I'm saying, it's kind of hard to explain what I just said other than the way I said it, but you'll understand, I think, once we hear it. But pretty much I turned the volume down, so in a sense it's not going to come in as aggressive, but still coming in fairly aggressive. So we're going to turn that down even more. But as you see, I'm turning it down, but like when it comes in, you're not hearing a lot of difference. So like that's how much compression that they actually used on the Popcorn album, just to show you the difference there. All right, so now I've turned it down way too much. Trying to get consistency in the signal. Yes. Sorry, I'm terrible at explaining things. Self-taught SoundForge, man. I did not take any audio classes. This is self-taught before YouTube, so it was a lot of just trying to figure it out. So that's kind of the way I learned. Actually, I gotta turn that up. Curtis, what do you use to edit audio? I've never really seen any, like I know like Ableton doesn't really have an audio editor, like it exports. I know I set it up to export to SoundForge, but what would be I know maybe SoundForge is not maybe considered the professional audio editor, but what like does Pro Tools, does Reason, does Logic, do they all have individual audio editors, or are they kind of like Ableton that exports it to somewhere else and they're more of just a mixed down software? I would love to know that. All right, so what I'm going to do here, I'm going to turn this down a tiny bit again. So now it's just about kind of matching that audio signal as it comes in. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn everything down and then use a light compression. No, SoundForge is one of the best because of the individual. Yeah, exactly. That's what I thought. That's what I thought too. But I know when I talk to people and tell them I use SoundForge, they're like, SoundForge, what the heck? There we go. All right, so now what I'm going to do is now I can turn this whole thing down, because now the audio comes in the same, right? It comes in the same volume. All right, now I can use, again, a very light compression again. And then now I can use my, Pro Tools has it, but not required for this. You're a saving in SoundForge, so that'll, yeah, exactly. Again, just practice, brother. That's really all it is, man. Just practice. And again, hours and hours of stuff not working, and then eventually it clicks. Oh, I turned it up way too much there. Let's use like a 5. So what I'm doing here is I use something, again, just because I formatted my computer, I don't have all my presets saved, but it's something called maximize volume. So it's a small light compression that maximizes the volume of the song. King B, shout out, man. And yeah, I know a lot of them have some type of form of editing. Maybe it's not as good as SoundForge, but I'm always wondering to see which program, like if I were to ever switch to a program other than Serato Studio, which I heard is awesome, what would be the professional audio editor other than this one? All right, let's do this one more time.
coulda run in on the church.
Wrong.
Gilla we go put them under dirt.
Another thing is visually, not audibly. We're listening audibly, and you can hear that the song comes in at the same volume. But visually, it doesn't look like that. When you look here, this piece looks a lot louder than this piece. But that doesn't matter. And I know a lot of people, they treat audio as a visual representation versus Adobe Audition. Adobe Audition, that is the one. Yeah, and I heard actually that's pretty good. And you can like rent the whole Adobe suite, and then you like get everything all together. You can get like Photoshop, After Effects. It's like pretty much like a creator's dream, like having all those pieces of software all together. All right, we're done with this one. I'm gonna leave that again. Visually, it may look like this is loud, this is lower, and this is louder. But again, when you listen to it again, it actually doesn't turn out that way.
Them coulda run in on the church.
Wrong.
All right, so we are gonna cut out that piano because this is an 8-bar outro. We don't need that at all. I don't know why they did that. That is so weird. I'm actually going to use that piece because it's a bit more busy. We can use the busy part at the end. I use Adobe Audition. And you like it? You like it? I've never used it, so like what you're seeing me doing here, I imagine Adobe Audition can do everything I'm doing. Maybe not. I'm just wondering from a wondering standpoint. I've been using SoundForge for so long, I don't see myself moving, but just to please my curiosity, I imagine Adobe Audition kind of does the exact same thing. Okay, we're gonna use a light, not a 3. We're gonna use a 2 light compression again, and then we're gonna do. So what I'm doing here is exactly what I did over here. So I'm just gonna kind of turn it up again, all very very lightly, light compression, no heavy compression. Because again, I don't know why because I'm not an audio engineer, but all I know is the more compression you add, the worse you make the song sound, I should say. So that's always a good thing. Whatever you're good with, stick and learn shortcuts. Yeah, exactly. The shortcuts are golden, and especially once you figure out those shortcuts, I like those, especially with the Mac. You can get like the Mac keyboard shortcuts for all these programs, so it is really dope. Oh, Retro Mix coming in with a raid. I'm not DJing, unfortunately, so anyone showing up, shout out the raid. I'm only doing edits right now, though, so no party here. Feel free to stick around. We're just making edits for my MP3 pool, so shout out Retro Mix, though. But I'm not DJing today. Pausing the DJing, making edits, showing people how to make edits in the studio. But appreciate the raid, Retro Mix. Appreciate it. Wow, man, I know, like, legit. I almost want to email these guys back and be like, bro, like, how did you give me the instrumental and the song are different? All right, so there you go. Popcorn. This is from the new Popcorn album. Raid. Shout out everybody. Retro Mix crew. Guys are coming in from the Nooner. Shout out Retro Mix, man. Great show. Appreciate the raid. Just unfortunately, I'm not playing right now. I am doing my day job that I work for My MP3 Pool, which is an online website, and I make the 8-bar intros for their reggae, soca, dancehall, and Afrobeat section. And I am kind of sharing some knowledge of the way I raid. Oh my god, I'm looking at raid and saying the way I edit and supply DJs 8-bar intros. So that's what we are doing today. But if you want to see me play, I play Sundays. I do my Fromage show on Sundays. I do my New Rhythm Monday show, which is again just dropped yesterday. And then this Saturday, I'm doing Then and Now with Kid Arctic, myself, D Money, and DJ Vicious, who was here earlier. And we're doing It's it's kind of like we're gonna do like 80s at one, like Kid Arctic's gonna do 80s, Vicious gonna do 90s. I'm gonna do 2000s. Money's doing new stuff, so that's Saturday afternoon. Anyone that follows me on Instagram, you can look out for the marketing coming very soon on that. So again, we're just making edits here. This is the new Popcorn. This is off the Popcorn album. I always like to do research though. Because I want to make sure I'm crediting the artists, and especially now that Sony has cracked down on a lot of pools, we need all of our ducks in a row. So I want to make sure that all the artists are being credited and the labels are getting their credit as well. So I'm just making sure here, and I recommend to all the editors, if you're ever gonna get into editing, make sure that you do this, because keep in mind, a DJ will technically never download more than one piece of audio, meaning if I make a great 8-bar intro to this song, you're never going to need another DJ's 8-bar intro, just because it's exactly what you need. So the tagging really matters, just for the fact of you want everything to be the same, and you don't want to have to like download 2-3 times. So that is the reason why I like to make it so it's Masika and Tommy Lee on this one. Done. And again, we're just gonna bring that back. Gonna bring that back here, and we're gonna give you the 8-bar intro. Sorry, the original. Again, light compression again. To see, and again the light compression, you don't need a lot, because keep in mind, again, if we're listening to this in your car, you're probably going to want to turn it louder. But again, as a DJ, we're not going to want to, because Serato has the auto gain, and we should let the professional software that we all paid for, well, most of us paid for, do what it does. So again, I'm going to leave it a tiny bit of headroom, and then that way Serato can use that auto gain to really get the accuracy of the volume. Now keep in mind, I'm only doing the originals and the 8-bar intros right now. Once this is done, I'm going to have to go back and make quick hitters as well, which the quick hitter is usually a one verse part of the song, where it's like one verse, it's usually chorus, verse, chorus, and then outro, meaning it's a much shorter version of the song. As you see here, I'm not saving the instrumental because I have a really good link at the Unruly Camp. So I'm not going to share that, just because they, most senses, will not want me to share that. So keep that to ourselves for now. What else can we do here? I want to get something hard, because all these have instrumentals. I haven't actually listened to some of these yet. What else can we have? Oh, here we go. Governor. So I posted the originals of this song. I haven't posted the 8-bar, so we're going to make the 8-bar right now. So this is called Little Bit of Money. It's kind of like a hip-hop reggae song. It's kind of rapping.
Yeah, little bit of money. Yeah. Little bit. Yo, shut your mouth with the little bit of money.
So the coolest part about songs like this is they just start, right? So I can delete all that.
Shut your mouth.
Right? Like
little bit of money. Yeah.
Right? He's just like, this is just the intro, right? So I can delete all this stuff.
Yeah, little bit of money. Yeah. Little bit. Yo, shut your mouth with the little bit of money. Shut.
Brother, to be honest, the only reason I have these links is my MP3 pool, honestly. Me as an editor before, without my MP3 pool, like I said, these guys don't even look twice. They don't care. They don't want to deal. It's more of the company I work for that is in a sense that's backing me, unfortunately. So if it was just djjedits.com, they would not be the same as again working for a very large record pool based out of LA. Another cool thing is, again, because I cut dubs, I kind of get a tiny bit of conversation in with the artist when they're creating, my for anyone that doesn't know what a dub is, it's more of a custom version that the artist will re-sing the song, add my name into it, and that makes it kind of an exclusive thing. There's much bigger sport of clashing and dubs that I will not go into right now just because we're editing. But what a dub is, again, it's a custom version with the DJ's name in the song where the artist will literally go back into the studio and re-sing. So when I get those dubs exclusives, I get to talk to the artist a tiny bit, and as soon as you get to converse with them, some of them don't care, but some of them are like, oh, like, you're gonna help me, send my music out. So that's kind of how I build those links. But what I was saying is with my MP3 pool, they are the big conglomerate. They have 25,000 monthly subscribers, etc., etc. So with them, it's much better than just this guy from Toronto making edits. So that is the real reason. And again, like, don't be afraid to like hit them up. Most of the time they don't answer, but like, I've been lucky and a lot of them actually have hit me up, so that's nice.
Shut your mouth with a little bit of money. Shut up.
All right, so I grabbed this because this is like the, just a straight instrumental there. But there's actually some keys in there that I want to grab in there as well. Let's see here. So again, typically I don't like to have a busy 8-bar intro, but the issue here is that when it comes in, it actually comes into kind of a busy part of the song. So I kind of want to match that. What kind of price range do artists charge for dubs? It literally depends on the artist. Some artists are $100, some artists are $2,000, some artists are $4,000. The most expensive one I've ever heard is Super Cat, which apparently is $4,000, 4,000 euros. And what's even crazier is, let's say you have 4,000 euros and you're like, I'm rich, I got the 4,000 euros. It's still up to his discretion if he wants to do it, because he has this brand where it's like only the big people can get these songs. So even if you got the money, it's still at the artist's discretion if he wants to do it. So that's the most I've ever heard. Most I've ever paid, I think, was like $800, and that was I Got Busy Signal. Watch Out for This, right as it came out on with Major Lazer, and it like really hit radio. So it was the most expensive at the time. But the cool part is I got to write it. Meaning I got the artist to not only just go in the studio and just change lyrics to make my name. I actually said, yo, you need to like actually say that. I don't want you to say what you normally, I want you to say this, and rewrote the damn thing. Oh, you never heard that dub? I'll have to play that actually. And that's another thing I want to do. That's why it says up here, she says up here, edits, remixes, dubs, and more. I really want to maybe once, twice a week, bring you guys in the studio just like this, maybe master a dub, show you how I do my dub projects. I do a lot of cool stuff like that. You never heard the Watch Out for This on dub, King B? Oh man, it's really good. And the coolest part about it is Busy Signal does not give his acapellas away, and because the reason being is he is a heavily auto-tuned artist, and the issue with that is people can copy, meaning I can sing sort of like Busy, which you're going to tell that's not Busy. But as soon as you add the auto-tune to it and start manipulating it, you can kind of almost sound like Busy. And what people do, especially DJs, is they send money to these fake guys on Facebook. So if anyone ever hits you up on Instagram or Facebook saying, yo, do you need dubs? Just say no. Because no dub guy in their right mind is just hitting random people up to be like, hey, I got some, like, it's fake. It's most likely fake. Hit guys up that actually get dubs if you're interested, but keep in mind it's a lot of money, and you really got to be. I love it. Like with me, I love dubs because I'm gonna continue to play them. And I know some DJs are like, if you got dubs, you shouldn't play them. Man, I pay for my dubs, so I am gonna play it every single time I play. Happened to me, and Jay probably saved me $500. Yeah, man. Yeah, man, don't listen to those guys, man. Like I've never and shout out Scarpion, he's in here, man. I've bought a fake Movado dub plate. That cost, and again, $500. I paid $500 of my money gone to a fake Movado, a guy that sounds like Movado. Like that's how bad. Why would you buy dubs and not play them? Because dubs are kind of like, sounds like to use dubs. So again, like there's dub clashing, which again, like it's a whole other story. But it's like a sport where two sounds will play their dubs either like in sets or in 1-for-1. I play my dub, you play your dub, and the audience decides. And you don't want to give away your secrets. But I don't clash. I don't clash at all. So with me, I want to play my dub as much as possible.
Shut your mouth.
Okay, so here we grab this better part of the instrumental here. But yeah, maybe next week. Next week, I'll we can do some like mastering of dubs and stuff.
Shut your mouth with a little bit.
Perfect. One more time.
Shut your mouth with a little bit
Perfect.
of money.
Shut up.
Life is sweet, let me dip it in a honey. Honey, make money when she meet him, she fuck him, got that a bigger money. 1 million Jamaican.
All right, so what I'm going to do here is there's actually no beat for me to grab. So for me to be super accurate of where that next beat starts, where I'm going to add the outro, I'm actually going to listen and make markers and then have my markers do the timing for me.
Go, no little bit of money, no. JLL, yo, no little bit of money. 4J, no little bit of money, no. Strike Force, no little bit of money, hey. German, no little bit of money, hey. Spain Town, no little bit of money, boy.
All right, so what I'm doing here is I'm like this is a one,
German,
2,
no little
3,
bit of money,
4.
yeah.
Okay, so this is 2 bars. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna move this over because my timing is gonna stay, and I'm gonna move over. I'm gonna find out where it actually comes out. So this is what I meant. This is where it actually starts, but there's no beat there. This is like an outro, right? So there's no beat there. But this is what makes it so accurate and why my outros come on right away, because again, I go right to to the very last second. Now, it sounds like there's some stuff missing, so I'm actually just gonna mix this on. Meaning, I'm not gonna delete the talking and stuff. I'm just gonna put it there and see what happens.
When she meet him, she fuck him, got that a bigger money. 1 million Jamaican, that a ship of money. Give me woman, be a money, like a back with the money.
So that sounds a bit better. I know there's talking, but what I'm gonna do is I'm a nice guy. I'm actually gonna add another. So it's actually gonna be a 16 bar outro, and that way, for any reason that someone doesn't want that talking, but again, it almost sounds weird without it talking. So now, if you do want that solid 8 bar out, you still got it on the next. There we go. So now we've done the dirty. Now we go to the clean. Same thing.
Little bit of money, yeah. Little bit. Yo, shut your mouth.
And again, the clean is always the easiest part because of we've already done all the work. All right, and then I usually like to listen to it just once, just to make sure, copied it right.
Shut your mouth with a little bit of money.
All right, and then we grab the outro here. Now, I kind of know where the outro is, so I almost don't need to mark it. I know it's roughly there. And again, I'm going to listen to it maybe once or twice just to make sure, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be pretty accurate. So, to most people, that sounds okay. I'm actually going to move it over just a tiny bit because I just don't... to me, it comes in just a tiny bit fast. Alright, good to go. So now we're going to apply again that light compression, which again is only -2. Very, very little. Very, very little. But again, what it's doing is it's bringing the lowest parts, meaning the quietest parts of the song are being brought up again with everything else. And that's how you kind of get that even volume. All the DJs in here, if you're just tuned in, we're doing edits right now. We just did Governor. All these edits will most likely be posted tomorrow on my MP3 pool, so look out for that. And it's cool because you guys got to see how they made. And then you can, this is a stream, so I don't know how good the audio coming out of the stream is, but once you download it, you're going to hear how good it at least sounds in my studio. So that's pretty good. All right, that's done. Again, small compression. And good to go. And again, I'm not retyping. All I'm doing is retyping clean and dirty. And good to go. So I've been given permission to post this instrumental, so that is nice. Thank you to the Fourth Jenna Records camp for that, which is I want to say it's run by Idonia, but I don't think so because I've never spoken to Idonia, so I don't think it's run by him. I think maybe he's just the face of it, but shout out to that camp for sending this stuff out. So again, just light compression. Again, these are the originals. We're gonna post to the site as well. And then keep in mind, I don't know if I'm gonna show you guys how to make the quick hitters, but I can kind of give you the gist of it. The quick hitter again is just a shorter version of the song. Still has the outro, but again allows you to not play the whole song, and then you still get, in a sense, you get an outro quicker first. Like you don't have to jump to the outro, you don't have to cue it. It's a shorter version of the song, and all I do is kind of just remove a verse or two, and it usually works out pretty good. Which I can show you. I don't put them. I don't think the site, actually maybe the site does. I'm not sure. The reason why though, and I'll explain, and this is what I tell everybody. I never, even with the clients I service, I never put cue points because everyone does it differently. Like I've talked to many DJs, and every DJ does it differently. Some DJs you'll see they only have one cue point, which is like the start of it. Some DJs have full 8 cue points, and all detailed labeled. Now, if I go out of my way to do that, and then some DJ is gonna remove it, well, what's the point? I might as well just leave it clean, and you just go in and do your own thing. So that's always been my thing of doing that, just because again, why am I gonna waste time if someone's gonna do their own thing? And again, a lot of people do it differently. I know there's always the 8-bar intro at the start. You need the first cue point, which I could do that, but like I know some DJs that there's like a shortcut. I can't remember what it is, but like you don't even need to use a cue point. It's like it starts the song over. So I can't remember what it is right now. I know Scratch used to do it where he would hit something and it was almost like an extra cue point. He could almost have 6 cue points. This is back in the Scratch Live days, but Antisocial. Okay, so I posted Antisocial a while back. I don't think it had a great instrument 8-bar intro. It was something I built. Now I actually have the instrumentals. Silent cue. Yes. Again, I'm pretty sure that was Scratch Live days. I'm pretty sure that actually doesn't happen for Serato DJ anymore, but yeah, exactly. So again, everyone's different. So for me, again, not that I'm wasting time, but again, I would, it's, from your standpoint as a DJ, it's going to be more time to go through and delete all of them than to just make your own, right? Like by me adding mine, if you don't do it that way, I'm adding an extra step that you're gonna hate me. So what's the point? So I'm using, again, a very less busy part of the instrumental versus, right, very, very heavy bass driven. And again, for most of the time, you don't want that in the 8-bar intro unless you have to. But in most senses, you don't want that. And my reason for that is if I'm going to run an an acapella over that, you really don't want key clashing and stuff like that. So it's always better to go with the less busy part of the 8-bar intro. So this is always interesting. Sometimes artists start singing non-audio. Like there's actually no bass beat there. So we're gonna have to mix this. We're gonna have to mix this in like this. So actually, we don't even need this. So what I'm gonna do here is, again, I never like to remove it. Like, I'll still keep it here, which again is very minuscule. But like, do you hear how just that tiny bit comes in? You'd be surprised by just actually cutting off, like, instead of me showing with my hands, you'd be surprised on how much this sounds better than me actually deleting this and just pasting this in. Having this little trail here, as little as you think it may affect, it actually makes a really big difference, because it makes a nice gradual into the song. And it makes the instrumental versus the original not as a drastic change. So that is the reason why I do that. Some people don't. Some people will just, this is where he starts singing, just pop it in there. And again, both will work. Both will sound fine. I just think my way is just a tiny bit cleaner. And that's the way I do it. So because this is going into nothing, I am actually not going to turn anything down. I'm just going to pop these on there and see how that sounds. Just because if I were to turn anything down, as you see, it's coming into no beat at all. This is just a melody coming in. There's no beat there. So we're just going to pop this on here. We're going to mix it on. I'm always mixing at 0 and see what happens with this here. That sounds pretty good. So what I'm actually going to do, I just thought of something. I'm actually going to start fading this here, meaning there's going to be less beat when the actual song starts. So it's actually, I think, going to come in even smoother. But I could be wrong, and we may have to put it right back. Yeah, see. So again, it's very minuscule, but again, there is less of a beat in a sense over here when I faded it out. So it actually, again, comes right into the song, just that much time, like that much better. Meaning at the 9th bar, when audibly you're expecting a nice beat intro, you're I never cut the outro exactly. Yeah, man. Like who's playing the full song? But in terms of keeping everything in line and a standard to editing, that's the reason why I do the outro. And like I said, I never make it that far, and I'm making outros not for me. I'm making it just to keep the standard of editing. Is more the case. All right, there we go. I just jumped to the loop. No, for sure. Again, it's more of the standard. It's just I'm keeping a standard of editing. But like I said, like I definitely waste 30 odd seconds per song making the outro. And again, I'm never gonna use it. All right, so he stops singing off beat, so that's nice. So now we got to figure out where that comes in. If this is your first time in here, hit the follow, hit the subscribe. I know I haven't said that, but like I'm gonna do a lot more of this stuff. I do a lot more live streams as well. So hit the follow, hit the subscribe, and make sure. Look at DJ Agile's calling me right now, like I'm not streaming or nothing. Hold on, we're gonna answer. Hey. Hey, how's it going? I'm just in the middle of cooking in the lab on live on Twitch right now, but everyone can hear you. Say hi.
Hey, everyone. I thought your Twitch would be done by
No,
now.
man. Guy, edits don't stop, okay? They don't stop. Make sure everyone follows DJ Agile right now. He streams every day at 5 o'clock.
Well, Monday to Friday.
Monday to Friday, yes. Sorry. Yeah. Not every day. He takes the weekends off.
Take the weekends off.
So I don't know what you're doing right now, brother, but you should pull up to this stream right now. We're getting into the goods.
I'm going to pull up right now. I
have
a question for you.
Okay, sounds.
It's a stream question.
Okay, good. What's up?
Because you're a video guy.
I am a video guy, yes.
And I'm getting some videos. I'm getting to videos.
Yep.
What hard drive do you use to hold your videos so that it streams nice and quick? Are you using
So
hard drive using an SSD.
so I use an SSD. It's called the Samsung T5. It's the one I've been pushing in our funny group chat.
I have a T5. I have a couple T5s, so
Yeah,
I'm a big
so-
fan. I just didn't know if you were T5ing it on your videos too.
Yeah, so internally I use the audio of the computer, the internal hard drive, but with the videos, just because videos are massive, I use the T5. But here's an interesting fact: my cheese videos I keep on that hard drive, which my computer runs a tiny bit slow, but on my New Rhythm Monday show, where I keep videos on my actual hard drive, it runs better. It runs faster. And I don't know why that is, but I'm pretty sure it's the USB 3 capabilities of that. And anyone that's listening to this stream right now, keep that in mind, that when you do play videos on an external hard drive, you're at the mercy of not of the external hard drive, you're at the mercy of the USB port you're using.
Yeah, well, that's not gonna be a problem for me because I'd be using a Thunderbolt 3, so that's lightning quick.
Oh, you have a new. Well, see, I'm not rich like some mans, so I have a USB 3.0, not 3.1, not 3.2, 3.0. So that I'm pretty sure that's the reason why. But again, it's not. It doesn't affect the video or audio. It more affects the performance and the latency of your records. But if you have USB-C, you're not going to have any issues at all.
Yeah, I know I'd be using the Thunderbolt 3.
Exactly.
Okay.
Like brother, you're not going to have any issues.
Okay, so you're Samsunging it up. Okay.
Well, yeah, no, because remember, like what I'm doing is the T5, for anyone that doesn't know, is USB-C. I'm actually, like, in a sense, downgrading. I'm going USB-C to USB 3.0, right? So it's actually getting slower. Where you are going to be direct speed. And someone's asking in the chat, T5 versus T7. I don't even know if you saw that, but Samsung did release a faster hard drive called the T7.
I did, but I haven't read up on it yet. And because I'm such a T5 fan, I use T5s like in production. And I mean, basically my entire production world, like just programs are on my studio tower or on my laptop, which is my mobile rig. But all my files, all my virtual instruments, everything is on the T5. So no matter where I go, all I need is my iLock and my T5, and I'm good.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
And you have an SSD hard drive versus a regular hard drive.
Yeah. So T5 SSD, and I have SSDs in both studio towers and my laptops. So I got the NVIDIA in my laptop and a SATA SSD in my studio tower.
Yeah, you're good to go, bro.
It's all T5. T5 changed my life. So
no, facts, man, facts. I own 4 of them, so I'm in the same boat.
Yeah, me and Jay battle. Jay's a great DJ and a good guy and a good friend. We battle on a lot of PC versus Mac and this and that. But one thing we are aligned in, absolutely, is the greatness of the T5.
Facts. All right, brother. Yo, I'm cooking up edits, so pull up if you got some time.
I'm already in here. I see what programs I use for production. I use Logic to produce, and I mix in Pro Tools.
There you go. Produces in Logic, mix in Pro Tools. All right, brother. Talk to you later.
I'll watch the stream.
All right,
Thank you, sir.
ciao. Shout out DJ Agile. DJs, make sure you follow DJ Agile. King B, T5 versus T7. Here's the best part. If you can get a cheaper T5 just because it's older, do it. But what I've been seeing is the T7 costs the exact same price as the T5. Keep in mind, I'm talking Amazon. I'm not talking Best Buy or anything. I most of my research comes from Amazon. So the T7, again, much faster, but on the real, if you have an older MacBook Pro, when using these, you're at the mercy, like just the same with me. I have a 2015 right there, and I'm at the mercy of the USB 3.0. Although the hard drive of what I'm using is the T5 here. This is my Serato PC backup. I don't know if you can see that here, but like that's how big it is. It's not very big at all, and it's USB-C. But I'm at the mercy of taking my USB-C and then going to USB 3, which is slowing it down, versus a USB-C to USB-C. So my own opinion is, if you do want to buy a T5 versus a T7, if you have a newer computer that has USB-C, T7 all the way. nothing wrong with the T5. Just again, it's faster and it's the same price as the old T5, unless you can find a T5 for cheaper. But at the same time, if you're if you have both of them, and let's say they're both the same price, it's better for you to go faster than slower, obviously. But keep in mind, you're at the mercy of whatever you're plugging into, meaning it is a mad, fast, quick hard drive. But if you're going into USB 2.0 or USB 3.0, you're still at the mercy of, the bottleneck of the computer, which is what I was explaining to Agile about. My videos, my Serato performance runs slower when I play videos off my T5 hard drive versus when they're actually on my SSD hard drive. And I don't know why. Yeah, the mercy of the USB port, man. So with me, I have the 2015, so it has the USB 3.0, which is why I believe it's just lagging a tiny bit. Like I said, not lagging video, not lagging audio, but the performance and the latency of Serato when I'm actually doing this with the record or CDJ, it's the latency between that. That's always been my issue for that one. All right, so we're making outro on this one. So what I'm doing here is I've grabbed 4 bars, because the thing is he sings right to here. So like this is where he stops singing. Like when you see me, I know lucky. Right, like he doesn't actually end on, in a sense, on beat. So that is the reason why I do that. So what this does is this is exactly to a T 4-bar intros, and then I use if you're on Soundforge, it's Shift and the arrow keys over, and it allows me to move 4 bars, and it keeps that exactly tight like that. And then again, I just mark the outro, and then all I do is mix it. And good to go. And let's see how that sounds. So as you see, it came in mad quick. So either I didn't do the 8-bar perfectly, so we're gonna move that over just a tiny bit here. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna redo this. I'm actually gonna put the beat. So again, what I'd like to do is I like to zoom in a lot, man, and really get the beat tight. All right, now that I have the beats, now this should be a bit more accurate than what I just did here. Let's see how far I was off. Yeah, see, so that's the difference between not zooming in versus zooming in. So I'll show you here. So again, this is the marker where the beat should start. If I didn't zoom in to get the exact, this is where it is exactly. So just to show you, man, it's always better to zoom in and just make sure. That's it. There you go. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make this fade out a bit more so it really can get that 8-bar outro. And that's it, man. And again, I'm just gonna use a tiny small compression just to bring the volume up. And good to go there. But actually, I want to put that down because we haven't done the clean version yet. So again, because we've done all the work on the dirty version, I know you've heard me say this a bunch of times, but again, we can just use the same work we've done and we can make the clean version. And again, it comes down to really zooming in and getting that. Because again, if I didn't zoom in and I just kind of put that somewhere there, it would not come in. And especially with him talking, you're going to hear a jump in his voice. And that's going to sound weird on your mix. So let's not do that, you know? Perfect. Okay. Now, take this again. Now, again, because we kind of know where it is, I know I can kind of come. Let me look at this one more time. Actually, here's another thing we can do. We can use the time. So from the last beat, it is 0.615 seconds. So best thing to do here, this is another thing so we don't have to figure out where those beats are. I can just literally make it 615. And I'm looking down here. I know it might be hard to see for some of you, but I'm looking for the 615 here. And then I mark it. And then literally, I know exactly that it comes into there. And that's it, man. Now, small compression just to give it some headroom on on the top there, so not too much. And again, the song's already mastered. I'm not remastering the song by any means, but just getting the levels up there and to a proper level where you're giving Serato just a tiny bit of headroom to use the auto gain feature, and then good to go. So that's the clean version. Again, what you're seeing here, I chose easy things to do today, just to kind of, I wasn't sure like people were gonna just pull up and watch a guy make edits, because this is not, I mean, for the most part, I don't think it's exciting stuff. So I just used some easy stuff, but maybe next week or even later this week, I can show you guys some stuff where we can rebuild a beat, because a lot of the times where I don't get an instrumental, I'm lucky that, Intense isn't that big and will just send me stuff just because, again, he's not as big as some of these guys, so he's just looking to expand his operation, so he's looking to work with anybody right now. So the best part, actually, I'm forgetting to add the compression, one sec here. So I don't always get the instrumentals. So what you're seeing here is fairly easy edits because I have the instrumentals. But if I did not have the instrumentals, most of the time I need to build the beats. So when that happens, sometimes you can't even do it. That's another crazy part. Like I may do it with you guys, and we may not even get an 8-bar intro just because there's not enough non-singing parts where I can just grab and piece it together. But some of the greatest edits have been made because I listened to the song 900 times and found every little snippet, like even when they're taking a breath between where they're singing and grabbing it and then rebuilding. I want to say 8-bar intro. I'm just saying in like a 1-bar intro and then making it 8. Like that's how hardcore it is sometimes. So was about to ask if it was always possible. Nah, man, it really isn't, man. It's literally based on the song. Another thing is some artists will leave instrumentals at the end, but the instrumental at the end is, let's say, busier than the instrumental at the start, and it sounds almost weird. Like it almost sounds weird that like it's like, wow, this is really busy, and the song doesn't start like that, but it's still it's still an instrumental fade out. So sometimes it's doesn't always work. But yeah, but I don't know what Bottle Bash is saying Jesus to, but yeah, man, it's intense. It's intense when you spend 30, 40, 50 minutes. And keep in mind, I'm not doing this to every song. Like the song has to have some type of meaning to it. Like it has to be a decent. I remember when Shabba Mudapot came out. That and again, DeSeca was not giving out that instrumental, and I'm pretty sure Scorpion can probably answer this. DeSeca still has not given out that instrumental of Shabba Mudapot. So like I had to literally build that from all the pieces together, and I think it's I don't know if you've heard mine. It's definitely on my MP3 pool if you don't have it, but I had to build that from scratch because to this day I still have not seen the instrumental of that. So. Just the way it is, man. Just the way it is. Skilly Bang, Mr. Universe. Again, I chose a lot of them. Again, I'm very, very lucky that I get these instrumentals. That's the reason why I kind of chose these today, just because, again, it's nice and easy stuff, and we can kind of have a conversation. I have it. Well, then send it over, man, because he didn't send it to me. I when I got the dub, put how hardcore this is. I got the dub. He only gave me the acapella and the mixed version, not the instrumental. Then I'm like, well, he cusses in it. So I was like, well, how do I make a clean version if I don't have the acapella? How do I make a clean version if I don't have the instrumental? So what wound up happening is I wound up cleaning the acapella, meaning like deleting all the swear words out of the acapella. I send him back the acapella, and he remixed it. He remixed it down. You have it too from. He never gave me. How do you clean it? What's up, wifey? He never gave me the instrumental, so I literally had to clean the acapella, meaning delete the swear words, meaning mute the swear words, send it back. He remixed it down, sent it back to me, but unfortunately, that's still to this day I don't have the instrumental. But Scorpion, if you got it, man, send it. I'd love to have that actually.
But even think na sweat job fling the nong the sestant I'm a reading peasant bone a muscle with the 10. Give them me brick with a easy entrance. But even think no sweat job fling them on the sestant. I'm married in peasant bone, I muscle with the tendon. Some rhyme them tight like me squeeze them extra. Secret them well at a big fire keep on get gas. Yes sir, from scratch and build my method. Begin with the pressure, insist for the things are very special. Mafia descendant, mighty them is regular, check your temperature. You cannot touch a link much as dependent. No discussion for attention.
So interesting. So I don't know if you heard this, but this is more of like a reggae rap song. He's like, it's not really a dance hall thing. Like, it's more of a rap thing. And as you see, he starts singing like not on beat, and then the beat doesn't come into like much further. So this is gonna be an interesting one.
Give them me brick with a easy entrance.
All right, so that is where he starts singing. So we're gonna make that. So this is the first beat.
Easy entrance. Give them me brick with a...
All right, and then we're gonna do the same thing again. I could just cut it right here. Most people would. I can just make the mark and that's it, and just leave that. But again, I just find that it makes the edit that much better if you just do this and you fade it in. Like, it's, I don't have a lot of time to show you guys today why, but I just, it's once you hear it fully, which I will show you, just not today. It really makes a difference in just fading that in. All right, so let's make sure we're using the least busy part, which I believe that visually, I don't know if you guys can see that, but like visually you can see that like this part right here in the middle is not as busy, right? Like you can even see, like, look how big the waveform is there versus here, right? You can visually see that it's less busy. So that is the reason why I use those parts. Just because, again, if you ever wanted to run an acapella over that, or you're mixing some type of other instrumental, you don't want clashing keys, or you don't want, again, really busy where you're going to almost have to turn the acapella up if you're doing an acapella blend. So that is the reason why I do that. And what I just got to notice for there is my main version of the song is 48,000, and my instrumental is 44.1. So, again, I know if I say this, Curtis is going to get pissed, Scarpion, but for most people, it doesn't matter whether 44.1 or 48. You're literally not going to be able to hear it from a DJ standpoint, from a studio standpoint, from a production standpoint, 1000%. But in most senses, you just want them to match as the sample rate. That's all we really need. And I know I may get killed if I post this video after, and people are going to be like, what are you talking about? But from an audio editor standpoint, when it comes down to it, it does not matter. You can't hear it, right? The DJ using it that's downloading the edit can't hear the difference between 44.1 and 48. And for that reason is the reason I say that. That doesn't mean it's the right way. I'm just saying you can't hear it. So if you can't hear it, what is the point? But now here is let me explain it a bit further. If I were to not change it and I were to leave it 44.1 and 48,000, it would be an audible difference. You'd hear one would be much slower, one would be much faster, and that is the reason why you want them the same. But again, to anyone's point, it doesn't actually matter whether it's 44.1 or 48. Just make them the same and put the edit together. Is kind of the short version of that. And Curtis is saying you were correct. So I have Scarpion with the backing of the information. We're good to go here. All right. So keep in mind he is going into just a melody, so this may sound a bit different. So see how that sounds here.
Give them me brick with a easy entrance. But even think no sweat job.
All right. So he comes in a bit quickly, so I'm going to move this over just a tiny bit here. And again, by doing this, you're just getting it more accurate. Again, when I make my 8-bar intros, I want them to sound like if you heard it, you were like you didn't know that I did something. Like you'd think this is how the song started.
Give them me brick with a easy entrance.
All right, and to make my life even easier, I'm going to fade the second half. And the reason why I'm going to do that is because it's going to make it less busy right here. And as you see, he even like stops singing right there. So it's actually going to make the transition into the next part of the song a lot better. And again, these are the little things that I recommend you practice with, because every song is different. Not every song you're going to need to do that. But the difference of fading it fully or only half of the sample will really change the dynamic of how it goes from instrumental to the actual song.
Give them a brick with a easy entrance.
I don't know if you guys heard that, but like, did you hear how it dropped? And again, it's making the instrumental going into the original song less busy, because we're going into a part that's actually not a busy part of the song.
Give them a brick with a easy entrance.
And the volume's a bit high there, so I'm gonna bring this down just by 1 decibel to see what that's about here. Again, sometimes it's a lot of playing, man. And again, like, I've been editing since 2002, 2003. I'm still playing because, again, every song is completely different.
Give them a brick with a easy entrance.
Actually, I did the wrong thing. I actually turned it down when I should actually turn it up a tiny bit. Turn it up by 1.
Give them a brick with a easy entrance.
There we go.
But even think no sweat job fling them on the assistant. I'm married in peasant.
One more time. You hear one more time?
Give them a brick with a easy entrance.
Perfect.
Yes. The greatest.
So here's another cool part. Like, let's say I didn't have the instrumental, and they never sent it. The cool part is you can almost grab this 1 or 2 bar intro here, outro, and kind of just loop it. Right? Like that technically could be our 8 bar intro right there, technically. But it's really, really busy. And that's kind of what I meant by, if you don't have the instrumental, I think using this part for the instrumental intro would be really busy. Like, you'd actually have a lot of issues going into the song because it's too busy. Right? There's too many snares and stuff. So that's something to think about as well. So thankfully we have the instrumental. All right, and then that's on beat. So we're just going to drop this piece in here. Now keep in mind, because we're going from an instrumental part that is busy, we may have to change the part that we're using as the outro. But we'll see in 1 second. Sounds pretty good. I'm seeing that as you see here, there is not a lot of headroom, so I'm not going to use any compression on this one. This one is fairly loud as it is, so we're just going to save it that way. I know he is talking. Sometimes another thing is always label the songs properly. I don't know why some DJ websites not calling no names, but you'll know that when you see a song that you know is not dirty, but they label it dirty, it just means that the editor was lazy. 1, didn't listen to the song, or 2, didn't research the lyrics and scan through them to see if there was cussing. So what they do is they just label it dirty in case it's dirty. And then as a DJ, you see that, and again, some DJ, like, you shouldn't have to listen as a DJ to every single song to be like, is this actually dirty or not? So editors, just take the 30 seconds it takes to, 1, listen to the song, 2, do the lyric, like, find the lyric, like, whatever the song is, Google it, lyrics, whatever song, artist name, song name, lyrics. That easy. Scan through, even Control F on your internet browser, find F word, S word, all the words, find them. If it works, not. Another thing, if it has gun talk or drug talk, that makes it dirty. I don't know why some DJs they'll block the swearing, but they'll keep the gun references and the heavy drug references. I don't get it. I don't know why they do that. Again, I think it's laziness. That's not what I'm about. I want to give you accurate. And again, I'm not perfect, but I just want to let you know the extra step that I take. That's the extra step that I take as an editor to make sure that the DJs are getting proper or close to proper quality of the song is actually dirty or not. So that is something, again, I do. Not everyone does that. I'm not sure why, but maybe some other people will see this video and maybe change change the way they do it. Because again, just like anybody else, I'm a part of record pools as well. I mean, I don't make every single one of my 8 bars. I take 8 bars from guys like Agile and other people like that. So that is the reason. That is the reason I appreciate a song that's labeled clean that actually is clean, or a song that labels dirty is actually dirty, just for that same fact of I don't want to waste my own time doing that as well. So there we go. Okay, so those are done. I'm going to do one more, and then I'm going to end the stream. But shout out everyone tuning in today, man. Appreciate every single person. We are not sharing the instrumental. The Skilly Bang people from Sony, that's something that I don't know if you guys know that Skilly Bang actually got signed to Sony, so we are not allowed to share his instrumentals. So that is one thing. We're gonna do one more. Out of where are they from? I think they're from Barbados, maybe. Lou City just sent me an email of their new song. I actually haven't even heard it yet, so we're all gonna listen to it together. But they sent me the radio edit, the dirty, and the instrumental because they're nice guys. So we're all gonna hear it for the first time together. So this is Lou City. They kind of have like a soca afro sound to them. Really, 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 really dope. And look, they even left a part of the intro there. Nice. And again, although it sounds like an Afrobeat sound, it's actually not Afrobeat. These guys, I gotta research. Are they from? They may be from Barbados. Where are they from? Oh, I'm pretty sure they're from St. Lucia. Yeah, sorry, St. Lucia. Not... Jeez. Bayesian's getting pissed right now. St. Lucia. They're from St. Lucia. Alright. So this is the part that comes into the song. So I actually might... Epic, what's up, man? Just editing some songs, bro. How you doing? DJs, make sure you follow Epic, man. All my new Rhythm Mondays graphics, all done through DJ Epic, man. Shout out Epic, man. Appreciate you, bro. Alright, so this is a bit less busy right there. So I'm going to label both of them, and then we're going to see which one works better for Lou City here. So again, my thoughts immediately, then again, this is the way I think. My thoughts immediately, I want to use this piece right here. And the reason is because that's the exact part that's going into the song. So the instrumental and the song will be the exact same sound when it comes in. But this piece is a tiny bit more busy than this piece. So I just want to listen to this. See how there's like an extra drum in there? And then watch this one. So I'm going to piece this one first here, and we're going to see how that sounds. Also, he starts singing before the beat as well, so we're going to have to take this piece with us as well. All right, so I'm going to just piece this in here. Again, what I'm doing right now is I'm about to piece what he's saying on top of the old instrumental, and that actually might cause a flange noise, so we're gonna see. But again, it's all testing at the end of the day. I don't know if you saw it, but that sounds amazing. And again, remember how I was saying that I like to not just grab the words, I like to grab a tail right before? That's the reason, because you can actually hear it. He starts singing roughly here, right, where I'm talking about. But watch how a sound starts coming in about here. Listen to it one more time with me. And you can see, again, this is why I like to grab the tail end. You hear that? You hear it's very, very faint. But again, that coming in just makes it a nice transition into the original. So I'm happy with that. I think we're just going to leave that. How do you make sure that two songs have the same volume? Because you said there's an instrumental and the original song. Again, it all depends, brother. It literally depends. Every single song, every single edit is different. The producer is different. They all do stuff differently. So there is no, unfortunately, one way. It's a lot of playing. That being said, don't visually see that it's different. You have to audibly hear it. And I really recommend a great sound card, a great pair of headphones, and a great studio monitors. I use KRK. I know if Agile's still here, he'll definitely do the throw up emoji for the KRKs. I don't see a need to go better than KRK for myself. If any of them break, 1000% they will start changing them out. But right now they all work. And I think the sound card at the end of the day, I have the Focusrite 4i4. That does a lot of the work for me. So that is good to go there. But again, just get a great pair of headphones, great pair of speakers, great sound card. And again, you can audibly hear the volume differences between the songs. Perfect. Okay, so now we're just going to grab this piece. We're going to make this outro. All right, so I can kind of hear where it comes in. So I can almost kind of pick a spot. Now, keep in mind, because I'm not like actually going in, I'm almost picking a spot. Now, again, this isn't perfect, but again, it's all about playing. So we are going to delete this portion. We're going to add the instrumental back in. We're going to see how accurate I was by picking the spot. See, as you see, I was not very accurate, and it came in much, much quicker. Actually, yeah, that's right. I should have moved it over a tiny bit. All right, here we go again. This should do it. If not, we'll do it again. Almost. Now it's almost coming in too far behind. Again, the other way to do it would just be to find 4 bars, 1 bar over here, and then move it over. But I'm just showing you a different way. This is usually the way I do it. I usually don't count it that accurately. But again, you can just audibly hear it. Perfect. One more time just to make sure. So yeah, shout out Loose City. Follow these guys, man. These are not big artists by any means. Not to downplay who they are, but they could really use your support. And as you hear, man, like they're just 2 younger dudes, man, and making really, really soulful, dope beat music, man. That's all I can say. It's kind of soca, kind of Afro beat. It's really dope. They're from St. Lucia, called Loose City. This is their new song that I just got sent. I believe it was yesterday, and it sounds pretty dope. Now, actually no, that is a dirty song, and the reason why I know that's dirty is because they sent me a radio edit, and that's another way to tell. Now, some songs are called main. Now, sometimes they're called main because it's the only version. Sometimes it's called main because it's the dirty version. Sometimes it's called main because it's a longer version than the radio edit. And the radio edit doesn't always mean clean. The radio edit means a shorter version for radio. So because they know how I like my format, I always ask artists for a clean, dirty, and instrumental. I know for a fact that this is, in a sense, dirty, and the radio edit is actually the clean version. But again, before I do that, I'm kind of getting ahead of myself here. I need to take this piece here, and we are going to make the clean version of the 8-bar intro. And again, because we've done all the work already, that's the best part. We've already done all the work. We're just going to delete that, and we're going to add the 8-bar intro. And because we've already done all the work, it's going to sound synced up just like the last one. Right, playing a guessing game again over here, but all good. Again, there's a ton of ways to figure it out, but again, it's a lot of it's a lot of playing. Another way to do it, another cool way to do it would be if this is the perfect one, let's say, you can again measure, or I can just take the actual time reference. Now again, I don't know if you can see that in right over here. I don't know if you can see that on your screen. It's hard for me to read what you're seeing right now, but it says 0.303 seconds. So me knowing that that's 0.303, what I can do is, before I cut it out, I can mark it here and again go in very accurately, and then again see, so I'm literally 0.3 seconds off. Again, I don't know if you guys can see that, but I'm literally 0.3 seconds off. So I'm just gonna again come over here, drag it down to 303, and then I know exactly that the dirty and the clean version the outro will start at the exact, never unclick your mouse until you're done using it. That's always good. Oh my gosh. Terrible. Here we go. We're looking for 303. I gotta find a way that you guys, can you guys see that? Can you guys see this time down here? Is it too small? And the only reason why I'm asking is like the next time I go live, I'll actually make my editing window a bit bigger, so you guys can see a bit more detail. So let me know. Give me some feedback in the chat right now if you guys can see this small information. And I know you guys can see the information, but can you read it detailed? It's a little blurry. Okay. All right. I will fix that 1,000% for next time. I will get smaller because I don't think you really need to see me as I'm editing, but I'll get smaller and we'll make that bigger, and we're good to go. Okay. So go to the radio edit now. 303. We've already marked it. Good to go. And then good to go. So I don't know if you guys have seen as well with my MP3 pool, they actually stopped doing the DJJMMP intro because they're trying to make the site more uniform, but they are still giving me credit in the remixer section. So if you have the remixer section in your Serato columns open, you'll see what are my edits. But I guess the bad portion of it is it's hard to just type DJJMMP intro and then just see only my edits on my MP3 pool. But that's all good though, man. Just trying to make I know they're just trying to make the site better, more uniform. Actually, I actually screwed up here. So I'm actually about to I saved the clean as the dirty. So what I'm about to do here is I'm going to save dirty. So I'm going to save this as dirty real, and then we're going to go in and rename. I'm going to rename the other one. And it's again always good to make sure, because if that would have got posted, the wrong version would have been labeled clean and the wrong version would have been labeled dirty. So we're gonna go back in and make sure that's fixed up for you guys. So yeah, man, this is just a day in the life, man. Day in the life. It's usually a lot more time. I just found that my daughter is at daycare and my wife is upstairs working, so I was like, you know what, I got some time to work on some edits and really dive deep and show you guys into my world on how I do it. Again, this is by far not the right way. I can just say why I think it is a good way to do it. Just again because of the experience I had over the years of multiple edits, quality issues, stuff like that. So just learning as I go, man. That's really really all it is. And again, as you start editing more, that will become apparent to you as well, that again there's so many, I don't want to say issues that you can run into, but again it's just every song and every producer just produces a tiny bit differently, that you'll always there's something new every day, because you're like, oh wow, that's how they did it, and then you'll have to in a sense rework your intro into the way they did it. So that's always an interesting fact. And I know a lot of people are not going to become editors because because that's my day job, but I mean sometimes you want to make small edits of songs that you want to make a small edit and you're like, I have no idea how to do this. So I'm just giving you some tips on how you could even make some edits for yourself. And again, I'm using SoundForge, but you can use really anything, as long as it has some markers. I think the markers are very key in editing. That way you again can get very accurate counts again as you count it and then mark it. But again, it keeps it accurate without any extras or without you selecting exactly what it is. So that's another way. But I'm thinking now that I saw that people will pull up, mid-afternoon, I'm thinking maybe I'll do a SoundForge tutorial or an editing tutorial and really go like really basic beginner and then go into some advanced audio tips as well. So that's what I'm thinking of doing. So if you're down for that, you don't even have to hit me up in the comments, but if you're down for that, just hit me up via private message, Instagram, Facebook, whatever, however you get a hold of me. Let me know that you'd be interested, because I don't want to, not that I want to waste my own time, but I just don't want to do it for like one person or just, you know what I'm saying? So let me know, and then maybe I can we can set something up as well. So I'm out of here for now, man. So these edits will definitely be posted tomorrow to my MP3 pool. Shout out everybody that tuned in. Appreciate every single one of y'all. And so we see each other again. I'm out.